You got transported to ancient times, and every so often you buy a few young girls from traffickers. The younger, the better, ideally totally clueless, and everyone is secretly calling you a disgusting creep. But what they do not know is you are only doing this to game the subsidy system. Once they pass the trial period, the payout doubles. And life gets a whole lot easier because when you got transported here, you came with a system. The system gives you $10 a day and rice costs $2 a pound. So your daily payout gets you 5 pounds of rice, and in this era, 5 pounds of rice sells for 50 coins. That is how you scrape together 200 coins to rent a place over 1,000 square feet for a month. And bought 3 scrawny little girls, all for the purpose of squeezing more money out of the system. Because right now your crew is just you and the system pays $10 per person per day. The 3 girls you bought are still in their trial period, and all you want right now is for them to clear it fast. Once they do, your daily income jumps to $40 and things will finally loosen up. Eventually, you head to the living room for dinner where 11-year-old Jingxiu and 10-year-old Jinwen are setting the table, and the food was cooked by 13-year-old Jinyi. Master, dinner is ready. Please come eat. These 3 girls were ones you bought from a local trader in town just a few days ago. You thought their old names did not sound right, so you simply gave them new ones. From now on, you will all take my last name. Lin. I am calling you Jinyi Jingxiu, and Jinwen sound good. Thank you, master. At the table, there were 4 bowls. One big bowl had thick porridge with an egg inside. The other 3 small bowls had watery porridge, and there was only one tiny dish of pickled vegetables. You felt helpless about it. I have told you this so many times. Stop treating yourselves like you are less than me. I am not too broke to fill your bowls properly. Master, the porridge we have is already very good. Fine, whatever, do what you want. You did not push it further because Jinny was not wrong. They had been living rough before, and getting watery porridge already felt like a blessing to them. After all, when they first arrived, the 3 of them refused to sit at the same table as you, and would not make porridge for themselves either. This was already progress, and some things could only change with time. Forcing it would only scare the 3 girls after dinner. You went back to your room and took out the rice bag yesterday, and today combined gave you $20. Just enough to buy 10 pounds of rice, and you handed the bag to Jinyi. Jinyi, there are 10 pounds of rice in here later. Take it to Mr. Zhou's grain shop. Then pick up some vegetables on the way back and hold on to the rest of the money. How much have we saved up so far? Yes, master. 346 coins. Jinyi counted the money with her 2 little sisters several times every day. She had never been in charge of this much money in her life, and was terrified of getting even 1 coin wrong. You then asked Jinyi to bring you 300 coins, and she went inside and pulled out a small box. Then took out 2 tiny silver pieces, each the size of a fingernail. Each one was 1/10 of a tael, which came to 100 coins, and then Jinyi counted out another 100 copper coins and handed them to you. You took the money and headed out into the street. The main street in town was not very long, and you strolled through it in a few minutes before walking into the trader's shop. Before you even said a word, the mustachioed shopkeeper Chen came rushing over with a big grin. Mr. Lin, what perfect timing, I have got some great merchandise today. Absolutely right up your alley, seeing that sleazy grin on the old man's face. You genuinely wanted to punch him because this guy was the whole reason your reputation was trashed. Word had gotten around that some out-of-town buyer with a thing for little girls had already gotten his hands on 3 of them, and came to the trader's shop every single day, but you swallowed your irritation. Go ahead and bring them out. Right away, Mr. Lin, just a moment, let me have someone go get them. Not long after, a middle-aged woman walked in leading a little girl who looked very young. And then a big smile suddenly spread across your face because the system had just pinged you. Jinny had cleared her trial period, meaning an extra $10 a day. That was going to make a real difference, and since Jingxiu and Jinwen were bought on the same day, they would clear theirs this afternoon too, which meant daily income was jumping from $10 to $40. How could you not be happy? But you could not hold back the smile. And shopkeeper Chen assumed you were grinning because you liked what you saw in the little girl, so he flashed his usual creepy smile, thinking to himself, this girl is honestly too young, only 8 years old. I was not even sure this deal would go through today, but now it looks like a done deal for sure. Maybe I can even bump the price up a little. This out-of-town buyer is a real piece of work. And just as shopkeeper Chen's mental calculator was going wild, the little 8-year-old girl walked in and immediately saw you laughing. It startled her, and she instinctively ducked behind her mother, crying out, Mama, please do not sell dye. I will be really good, I promise. I will look after little brother, and I will go out and work. I will earn money for dad's medicine. Please do not sell me. The girl's mother felt her heart being torn apart as tears streamed down her face. If there was any other way, who would ever sell their own child? But her husband had fallen ill. If he could not be treated and left them behind, how would a widow and her kids ever survive? At that moment, shopkeeper Chen leaned over and asked Mr. Lin, what do you think of this little one? You gave a nod. She seems fine if she is willing to come with me. Then I will take her. Hold on. Mr. Lin, look how cute this girl is. Can you not go just a little higher? You were honestly taken aback and glanced at the little girl again. She is skin and bones, and you are trying to sell me on cute. Where exactly do you get the nerve for that? Thinking this, you said flatly, contact me again when you have something more suitable, and with that you turned to leave. You had just gotten a huge income boost and were still buzzing. And besides, watching this mother and daughter cry their eyes out made you too soft-hearted to break up a family. But shopkeeper Chen was thrown off, completely unsure if you were genuinely leaving or playing hardball. What if he actually walks out that door? I could lose dozens of coins on this deal. I cannot let him go. Thinking fast, he called out frantically, Mr. Lin, please do not go. Let us talk price. I am sure we can work something out. Just then, the girl's mother grabbed the hem of your pants with a desperate look and said, Sir, I will sell her. After those words left her mouth, she seemed to lose all her strength, and she crumpled to the ground. Your expression became complicated, but in the end you decided to go through with it. She would never do this. If she had any other choice, and if she did not sell, the whole family might not survive. You turned around and slapped 2 small silver pieces on the counter, and shopkeeper Chen did not dare try to negotiate this time. He quickly pulled out the contract, and both parties pressed their marks. The mother and daughter held each other and cried from start to finish, while shopkeeper Chen cheerfully rushed through all the steps and pocketed the 2 silver pieces. Counted out 140 coins for the girl's mother, keeping 30% for himself. 60 coins clear profit. Pretty sweet deal. Watching the tearful mother-daughter farewell, the mother kept telling her daughter to be good, and it hurt to listen. So you had to cut in. I have somewhere to be. We should get going. Caught between the two, the girl's mother made the painful choice to take the money. Seeing this, you let out a helpless sigh. Here is our address. If you ever want to come see her, you are welcome anytime. An old woman knows her place and would not come knocking uninvited. Do not worry, she will be better off at my place than here. From now on, your name is Lin Jingyuan and you will come with me. After that, you walked ahead. And Jingyuan followed behind, crying the whole way. Soon you arrived at the front door and called out, "I am home." The next second, the door swung open and Jingy poked her head out with a dirt-smudged face and a big smile.